Arsenal fans, the Gunners, it's another day to talk about Arsenal team news as usual. So gather around, let's talk about matters concerning the Arsenal team as it stands right now. We are a few hours to our first match after the international break right there at the Emirates. We'll be facing up against Nottingham Forest. As it stands right now, our coach Mikel Arteta has actually come out to hold a press conference in respect to this match that will be kicking off tomorrow, 12:30 to be precise. And while this press conference was going on, a lot of questions were basically coming on. And these are some of the questions that was being asked in terms of the press conference. Let me start with the fitness issue. It was being asked if Ben White is actually available for tomorrow's match. And he said that Ben White is actually okay. And he was being seen training today with the rest of the Arsenal players today. Likewise, he was also asked about William Saliba. Will William Saliba be available? And he came out to make the statement that he actually trained today with the team as well. But with the look of things, they have to make a decision if William Saliba will be featuring in tomorrow's match. We have to keep our fingers crossed in respect to that if we are going to see him in that particular match against Nottingham Forest. Another player that was asked of in terms of fitness has to do with Bukayo Saka, and he came out to say that Bukayo is trying to get back quickly as possible, but we need him we need to respect his process. So we have to give him time. There's no need of we rushing this player back to the Arsenal team, because as it stands right now, we have a player in person of Noni Madueke that can actually fit into that position as it stands right now, looking at his performance from the international break. So as it stands right now, there's no need of we rushing Bukayo Saka to get into the Arsenal team. Likewise, when he was being asked about Pierre Hincapié, he went further to say that this is a player that the Arsenal team has been showing interest from the previous years, but an opportunity came to actually get him when Jacob Kiwior showed interest to leaving the Arsenal team. So when the opportunity surfaced, they had to take the opportunity of getting Pierre Hincapié to the Arsenal team. That is to say, over the years, he has actually had eye in this particular player. An opportunity has come forward and he had to take it. As it stands right now, Pierre Hincapié has actually trained with the Arsenal team in the past 2 days since joining Arsenal. And he went further to talk about Pierre Hincapié's performance in the international game against Argentina, that he was actually impressed with the player's performance. That is in terms of Pierre Hincapié. Likewise, he was also asked about David Raya, and it was stated that tomorrow match against Nottingham Forest will be David Raya 100 game as an Arsenal player. And as it stands right now, I'm actually happy for him as an Arsenal fan, because I didn't actually believe in the first place that he has played over or closely 100 games so far since joining Arsenal, and tomorrow match will be his 100th match as an Arsenal player. And the press actually went further to say he has about 41 clean sheets, and Mikel Arteta was actually amazed, because according to the stats, no goalkeeper in the Arsenal team in his first 100 game as an Arsenal player has about 41 clean sheets. So we have to give what they call him, David Raya, credit where due, because without his defense as well, because the defense actually helped him to manage his clean sheet in most of this situation. So without his defense as well, he can't actually obtain this clean sheet in terms of this. So he also have to give credit to the Arsenal defense for doing a wonderful job and making him end this as it stands right now. They went further to also ask him about the player of the moment in the person of Mikel Merino, who has scored about 4 goals for the Spanish national team in the past 2 games. And he was being asked that, looking at this player's performance, is there any point in time Mikel Merino has actually reached out to you that I want to play the number 9's role as an attacker in the Arsenal team? But Mikel Arteta came out to say, no, he has always been playing in the midfield, even scoring the hat-trick for the Spanish national team. He was playing in the midfield. So there's no need of we changing his position. He can actually do it. We have actually seen him do it in previous matches, that he is actually good in terms of scoring goals as well. So also, another question that also came out has to do with the Noni Madueke performance in England international World Cup qualification. The press actually came out to ask him that, how is he going to manage the Bukayo Saka and Noni Madueke performance if they keep on performing this way in the Arsenal team? And this is what he had to say. he wants to find himself in that situation to do what? To be thinking and be worried about who is going to start. He wants to see a team where there are players that are actually competing to earn their spot in this particular team. And this is one of the best answer I actually see from this interview. I'm actually happy for him to actually make this statement. This team is actually open to anybody, and if the opportunity comes, anyone that deserves it can actually take it. That is the best way to answer this particular question. Another statement or another question that came up has to do with contract situation of Bukayo Saka and William Saliba. When that question was asked to Mikel Arteta, he came out to say that both players are willing to stay at the club. This is one of the best statements you can actually give, because if these players are interested, we the fans will be at peace. We wouldn't be worrying about if they are going to stay. So with this particular statement, I'm actually happy that in the coming days, Arteta should do the needful in terms of renewing the contract of both players in the Arsenal team. Now, looking at our match tomorrow against Forest, they went on to ask him, how do he see Edu Gaspar as the sporting director of Nottingham Forest? And he had this to say that Edu is a good friend of his, and they have worked over the years to bring the Arsenal team to where it is today. So he is actually a good person to work with, and they have seen the results they have gotten from the Arsenal team over the years of him being the sporting director. Kudos to Arteta for the wonderful additions he has made to the Arsenal team. There is no need for we to compare Edu Gaspar and Arteta. That is what Mikel Arteta is trying to say in this particular aspect. These are actually good sporting directors, and he is actually fine with that. Now, looking at our match against Nottingham Forest tomorrow, I have only two things to say in respect to this particular match. I expect our players to pull up that wonderful performance they pulled up for their international team. Merino pulling up a wonderful performance. Declan Rice, Noni Madueke pulling up an exceptional performance. Zubimendi, so that we can actually continue from where we stopped. Prior to the international break, we lost to Liverpool. So if we can actually obtain a win in front of our home fan, this will actually build the momentum into the post-lost match against the Liverpool match. Another aspect I also have to address has to do with Mikel Arteta. Now, we saw the formation he put out against Liverpool while facing off against Liverpool. I expect him to do better when we are facing off against Nottingham Forest. We expect him to bring in the best of the best in terms of we playing off against Nottingham Forest. We know them to be a low block side, but we have enough resources in our arsenal to actually break them down. I feel that at the end of this match, we should stand victorious at the end in this particular time. So, my Gunners fans, let me know what you think about all I've said in respect and all Mikel Arteta has to say in terms of the press conference in the comment section. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on this video, please, and please hit a like on this video and hit the share button as well. Please and please hit the follow button if you're watching, and if you're watching from YouTube, do well to smash the subscribe button as usual. I don't